Okay, there, folks. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. I want to talk to you about this brutal interview Jill Stein had this morning on The Breakfast Club with Angela Rye. I think that's how you pronounce her name. That's how it's spelled. Okay. I want to go over a couple of the exchanges and AOC's response to it because it's also pretty vicious. Let's keep it real. Now, the first one I want to discuss is right here. Jill Stein says thus. And it is the talking point of AOC the other day, who is taking her marching orders from the DNC. This is what they say, that we're only running for president. Of course, that's one of the things a lot of people say about the Green Party. That's one of the biggest problems folks have with it, is that, Jill Stein only seems to pop up every 4 years to ask for money and support while she's running for president instead of actually building the party, building unions, labor unions, tenant unions, student unions. She doesn't do any of that. Right? And Angela responds, "It is amazing to hear you talk about women of color as parroting talking points instead of looking at basic math. The one thing AOC has done that you haven't is win some elections." And that's a body blow, buddy. Boom. A vicious shot. I mean, you can't really come back from that. Now, the next exchange was even more peculiar in my opinion. It was even more peculiar in my opinion because it is more pathetic. I'm just done with Jill Stein's bullshit. This is not acceptable. 7th graders know this stuff. 8th graders know this stuff. It's just, I cannot believe she did not know the answer to this question. You want to know what the question was? Angela asked her, how many members are there, Democratic and Republican, in the House of Representatives? She didn't say all of Congress. Okay, she didn't say all of government. She just said, in the House of Representatives. How many are there? You know how many Jill Stein said? 600 or so, something like that. No, Jill. There aren't even 600 if you throw in the Senate and the freaking parliamentarian and the vice president. There aren't even 600 there. Okay, that would be 500. It would be 536 with the vice president, right? If you included the vice president. They're there for a tie-breaking vote or something like that. There are 100 senators and 435 representatives. Jesus. And AOC responds, because she's just look, everyone on the left thinks they can just snipe at whoever they want and they're never going to get any, return fire. Well, you're getting some return fire. AOC says, nobody needs talking points to know Jill Stein hasn't won so much as a bingo game in the last decade. And if you actually give a damn about people, you organize, build power and infrastructure, and win. And of course, like I said, Jill Stein is not into organizing tenant unions, student unions, or labor unions. You're never going to have someone in the Green Party talk about arming and training people. But I don't expect that at AOC either, to be fair. By the way, 44,000 likes, 2.9 million views on Twitter. Just on Twitter alone. Laying into her. And as a response to the question about how many members of the House there are, she says, this is a person running for president who doesn't even know how many U.S. representatives there are. If we want to be real about building alternatives to the status quo, we must build a left that is serious, powerful, and persuasive. This is not that. Now, look, you don't even got to go there. You could just compare the two parties and what they've got done. Okay? What have they got done? The Democratic Party, for all their faults, I mean, they're a pretty horrible capitalist imperialist party, in my opinion. But they have a long list of accomplishments on the domestic side. Social Security, unemployment insurance, the GI Bill, the minimum wage. That was all them, by the way. Medicare, Medicaid, NPR, PBS, freaking Head Start. We could keep going. That was pretty much all the Democratic Party. What's the Green Party have? A list of election losses? I don't know. They're a freaking mess in the United States. Start winning some school board races, borough council, election boards, start organizing workers, tenants, and students, and we're going to take you more seriously. Guys, I'm going to leave it at that. You know what's up.